What's up, gang? How you guys doing? It is Lieutenant Sal Blue, 28-year law enforcement veteran and the author of the top 25 mistakes en route to the good life, coming at you with episode 120, man. Episode 120. Can you guys believe it? It has been 120 episodes on YouTube and Spotify alone. Man, oh man. Steady and consistent, guys. Steady and consistent, and I had somebody comment, on one of my YouTube videos. Oh my God, this is exactly what I needed. It's a freaking spammer, right? This guy was a spammer trying to use my videos to advertise whatever he was going to advertise. He threw a little hyperlink up in there. I respect the hustle, I respect the hustle. Do what you gotta do, my man. But anyway, the point I'm making is that in doing these episodes and being steady and consistent, very rarely do I pay attention to likes and numbers and follows and stuff like that, because they begin to distract you from your message, right? And so when you start paying attention to likes and follows and different things like that on social media, what you begin to do is you begin to shape and mold your message toward the people who are more opinionated, I guess you could say, on social media, and they're hiding behind their profile with no picture. Those type of people that talk bad about you, but show nothing, don't show their faces, whatever. That doesn't really bother me, because I really don't read too many comments that are negative. When somebody's positive and they ask me a positive question, man, I'm responding immediately and I'm helping them out the best way I can. And that is how you guys need to be when it comes to helping somebody, when it comes to putting out content, when it comes to trying to get a message out there that matters to you. You cannot be continually swayed back and forth by people's opinions or how many likes you get on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, or how many views you get. Because all that comes in time, right? All that comes in time. Only thing you should be concentrating on, guys, is shaping and molding your message, because your flock, your people who are meant to receive your message will find you, and you will find them. And when you do, it will be a match made in heaven. They will follow you, right? And as you continually be your realistic self, where you don't have to change shape and mold, right? Your message becomes powerful and your message comes through. And so that is me, guys. I am totally and completely focused on sticking to my message. And my message is giving value to as many people as possible through transparency. And that is just me showing my mistakes that I made, so that people don't make the same mistakes. And a lot of people don't dig that. A lot of people like to pose. It makes them feel good to have other people thinking that they have things that they don't have. And what they're doing is they're posing for people who really don't care about them. So they're trying to impress these people. And I tell you guys, don't make that your life sentence, right? And I say life sentence because when you make it a point of trying to impress people who really don't care about you, or impress anybody for that matter, when you're trying to make a point, you lose yourself in that. You lose yourself when you're out there, you're trying to impress somebody and trying to make something happen that does not naturally happen in your life. You tend to lie and tell false truths and just move in a negative direction that just brings all type of bad chaos and just a bad atmosphere to your life, period. So don't be that type of person, guys. Be the type of person that, this is who I am, right? This is what I offer. This is what I'm trying to do. And I may not be at the level of where you feel I need to be to get this message out, but I think my message is powerful. And I think my message is meant for the right people, and the right people will hear my message. So, if my message isn't for you, then move on. Swipe over, click on to the next video, or continue scrolling, or whatever you're doing, guys. But the right people, this message is for you. And it is for the first halfers who are trying to start their lives and get it going. It is for the second halfers who midway through their stride realize that maybe this is not the life or the career that I want. And I'm here to tell you, I'm going to help all of you guys to create the life that you want through my transparency and showing you mistakes, guys. I think that a lot of times when you guys start seeing people make mistakes and the pain and drama that they have gone through making these mistakes, it will help you to realize that, hey, this person was just like me or in the same position that I am in, and they got out of it. So I need to not make that mistake so that I can be leaps and bounds ahead of them. As Warren Buffett said, there's no crime in somebody else making money before I do. No crime in it. There is ample money. There's ample opportunity. As my mentor said before, even during the pandemic, money hasn't disappeared. People are still spending money, right? If you don't believe people are still spending money, look at the grocery stores, right? When the food disappears and the toilet paper disappears. See, it's just that people decide what they're going to spend their money on, guys. And when they do that, that is what happens, right? The money just transfers from one purpose to another. So my purpose is to give you guys value. And hopefully if I give you guys enough value, you will begin to listen to my videos and follow me, read my books and listen to my podcasts and buy my courses and everything else, guys. And that is what it's all about. It's not about me becoming a multimillionaire. It is about me reaching 1 million people. So that is probably more important to me. Me having an impact on 1 million people's lives is extremely, extremely important to me. And it is a life mission, right? Guys, if you don't have a life mission, something that forces you to move forward each and every day, then you are missing out in what life is all about. Life is all about working on some skills, going through some things, developing yourself to the point of where you can now help other people to develop themselves faster than you developed yourself through your gifts. And your gifts came through your heartaches, pains, and mistakes, guys. And that is what we're trying to do here today, man. And especially with my book, Top 25 Mistakes En Route to the Good Life, man. I tell tons of stories. I talk about all my pains and heartaches in this book. And I just let it all out, put it on paper, and it's all there for you to read and for you to avoid. That's right. I have mistakes in here that I do not want you guys to make. See them. Understand that there are mistakes that if you continually make them, you're going to have a bad life. If you avoid them, you're going to have a good life. Most likely an extraordinary life, guys. So I was listening to one of my podcast mentors today, one of my virtual mentors, and he said something and it stuck with me all day. It stuck with me all day so much that I started thinking, what can I add to that? What can I do to help me to do exactly what he said to do, right? And what he told me to do was, he said 6 words, right? He said, dig your well before you're thirsty. Now you understand that, right? You guys know what a well is. You drop the bucket down, you scoop up the water, you take it back to the house, and you have water to drink, right? Obviously, guys, if you don't have a well, right, and you don't have water flowing under it, then you got to rely on somebody else's well to drink, right? And when you rely on someone else to quench your thirst, someone else to help you, what you become is you become reliant on someone else to tell you when to come and go, how much they're going to give you, what they need you to do to earn what that water. It is so many things that went through my head when he said that, and the first thing I thought was, I need to work on my skills. He said, dig your well before you're thirsty. And the first thing I thought about was, what skills do I need to work on now for the future? Right? And how can I sit there and figure out what type of person I need to be as successful as possible in the new future? See, times are changing and times are going to continually change, guys. And you have to not live in the future, but you have to plan for the future and be ahead of the market, of the people, of things that happen, especially if you're in business, guys. You got to be ahead of the market. But if you're not in business and you're working for someone else, you need to constantly be ahead of the curve, meaning you have to get your skills up and you have to be the best at whatever you are doing. Now, when you're working for somebody else, and a lot of people think that, after they get the job, that is the greatest moment, of their career, and all they have to do now is just show up and just do the bare minimum to get by, and it's going to be okay. Well, in this new future, in this change, bare minimum is not going to be enough anymore, guys. No, you're going to have to, not only you have to get the job, you are going to have to compete every single day to keep that job, because there's millions and millions of people out there skilling up, getting their skills up so they can step into your position. And your employer is not going to feel obligated to keep you when there are so many other opportunities and so many other individuals out there who have the skills to do your job 5, 10, 20 times better than you. So constantly skill up, because someone is coming for you. Someone is coming up, right? And it don't even have to be another generation. It could be somebody who just happened to listen to the Top 25 Mistake podcast and realize that if they skill up now, they can take the position that they want in the future. They can demand the position that they want in the future. And that position may be your position. And so I want you guys, if you are listening to this podcast today, to begin to work on your skills. If you're working for somebody else, figure out what is the most valuable skill in that company that you need to have, and then begin to work on it. Relentlessly, ridiculously work on it. Work on yourself extremely hard. This is important, guys. This is important, right? Write down what the top, achievers in your business are doing, or your industry is doing. Write down what they're doing and how they're doing it. Become a study of what they're doing and how they're doing it, right? You need to be a student of the game. You need to be a student of people who are out there and performing at the highest levels, right? When you begin to become a student of people who are performing at the highest level, you start to pick up some cues, right? And subtle things that they do to allow them to continually perform at a higher level and continue to rise each year or each quarter better than what they were the last quarter. They're never satisfied with what they did yesterday, because they know that tomorrow they can learn that much more and become that much more better. And that is what I want you guys to do. Understand that the skill that you have today is not good enough to be the person that you need to become tomorrow. So that skill you have today, double down on it. Double down on it and figure out what you have to do, okay, today, so that when tomorrow comes and that demand comes and that surge of people coming and trying to take your job from you, you are ready. You're ready for the challenge. You're laughing now. I've been skilling up for years. Not only have I been in this position, I know exactly what the boss needs a person in my position to be doing at this level. And see, and that is where you begin to click, and that is where you become invaluable. And so that's just being invaluable to the company, right? One of the things that I tell people to do is you need to always be working on your personal skills as well, right? As you work for a company, you need to be working on yourself, right? And you need to be invaluable to your environment, people around you, right? The messages that you give, invaluable, okay? The people who you help, right? Your services that you give them need to be invaluable. It's not something everybody can give, but something unique to you that you give that nobody else out there is giving. And that's what you need to work on, that skill. All right? Everybody is different, so you know exactly what your skill is, guys. If you don't, you need to take a little time to think about that. You know me, I spend every single day, all the time writing in my yellow pads, right? My yellow pads tell it all. If you can accumulate between my yellow pads and my journals, you would get tons and tons of valuable information from all of the mentors that I've spoken to, from all of the courses that I've taken, right? From all of the books that I've read, and I continually write them down in my yellow pads as thoughts, or I write them down as I'm reading, and I stop and I write down what I feel is important that I need to continually think about, study, learn, and maybe even adapt to my life to make my life a little more and a little better. So that is important, guys. But one of the things that one of my mentors said was, he said, your personality creates your reality. So when I talk about personality, I'm not talking about your charisma and all that other stuff that people talk about. I'm talking about personality. I'm talking about your personality is what you think about each and every day. What are you doing every day? How are you acting every day? What habits do you have that you are working on? Or what bad habits do you have that you're continually doing that you're not thinking about, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. All of those things shape and mold the reality, your personal reality. Because as you do those things, you connect to your brain, your subconscious mind, and I'm not going to get into all of that metaphysical stuff, but what I'm trying to tell you guys is that what you do each and every day creates in your mind a reality of the person who you are, right? So the things that you do each and every day, you tell a story to yourself that this is me, this is how I do it. I'm a procrastinator, I am not good in math, I am lousy relationships, I am an angry person, I am a happy person, I am whatever you are, guys. You create that reality in your head as you continually act out your personality of that individual. So you need to be totally, completely conscious of that. And how do you do that? How do you become totally and completely conscious of who you are as a person? You need to take some time, guys. You need to take some time. So in order to take some time, I wrote down, I think, 5 things that you need to do in order to truly start to figure out your life and the direction that you need to go and the person that you need to come. And this is digging your well, guys. This is digging your well before you're thirsty, right? So these 5 steps, think about them, write them down, write them on a pad of paper, and begin to go over them each and every day so you figure out who you need to be to have the life that you want. So the first thing that I tell people to do is, and I do this every single day on my lunch break, I take the time each day to disconnect from everything, right? I disconnect from the outside world. I power down my cell phone. If I'm home, I turn off my television. No social media, no emails, don't check no emails, nothing, right? I power down, and I usually sit in my sala with the lights out, right? Maybe a dim light just for writing if I need to write on a pad and paper, right? And I use this moment to meditate. So now I only meditate for about 10 minutes, right? And that 10 minutes of meditation is just to clear my mind and to put my mind in a clear zone of clarity. So I brain wipe my entire mind, and I just let the thoughts flow as if they're cars on the highway, and I bring myself down to a complete calm as I meditate 10 minutes. And I do this in the middle of the day. So my day could be completely chaos, and then I stop in the middle of the day and I do my 10 minutes meditation. Now, this is the time of the day after I'm done with my 10 minutes that I also ask myself, am I going in the direction that I want today? Right? Because you know, your day can get ahead of you and just be like, just overwhelming. So you need to ask yourself, am I going in the direction that I want to be going in today? And I ask myself that. And if I'm not, that is the moment that I could pause and pivot and change the direction of my day. Okay? And that is, and the second question that I ask myself is, am I living in the present or worrying about past mistakes? I have a habit of always worrying about money and bills and my family and my children and my wife and my parent and you know and my siblings, and I'm always worrying about it because a lot of people rely on me for a lot of things, right? But a lot of those worries come from things that have happened in the past. So you have to stop using all of those bad scars to define your present moment. So you need to begin to work on that. And when I take my break from my meditation, I ask myself this every day so I can reset myself so that when I'm going out there and if I have to pivot, I'm pivoting in the present moment, and this is what I'm dealing with right now today, and I move forward from there. Right? The next thing I ask myself or redefine to myself is, what do I want in my life? And am I working on what it takes to achieve it right now? Now, all of you guys have goals and things that you want to do in life. Everybody, well, I'm hoping that you all have goals. If you don't have it written down, guys, it is just a dream. It is just a fantasy. It is just not a goal. Okay, so it needs to be written down on paper. It needs to be something that you could look at and see each and every day and realign yourself. So you need to have your goals on paper so when they're written down, you can look at them and go, okay, what am I doing, right, in my life, and am I working on what it takes to achieve that right now? And you ask yourself that question, and you go through your goals. A, am I doing this for my health? B, am I doing this for my relationship? C, am I doing this for my finances, right? D, am I doing this for my mental clarity, my sanity? Whatever it is, guys, that you're working on, you need to define it and ask yourself this question midday, every single day. Are you going in that direction? Because you need to pivot. You can't, in this day and age, you can't wait 24 hours to pivot. Sometimes you have to pivot midday, guys. So you always have to be keeping yourself on task in the directions that you need to go in order to achieve the life that you want. The third thing, guys, the third thing is I then begin to define the emotions, right, that will back the goals that I want in my life. Every goal that you have in your life has some symbolic emotion behind it, and that is why you made it a goal. It has a meaning to you, and that meaning has a feeling, and you need to be able to define that feeling, and not the feeling that you feel, the worry and everything else of working towards that goal, but the feeling that you have, okay, that you know you'll have when you achieve that goal. And that is the emotion that you need to be working in all day as you work towards your goal. That joy, that euphoric feeling, that happiness, okay, that sense of calm, that sense of satisfaction, that sense of joy, right? That sense of excitement, whatever it is, you need to be working in that feeling all day as you're becoming that person and thinking about the steps that you need to take to achieve the goal that you want. That is key and that is important, guys. Emotion is extremely powerful, and if you continually, right, reset your day and reset your mind and reset your emotions, right, you'll be right on track to achieve the life that you want, guys. I'm telling you, right? As you're working on your skills, you will do it. The fourth thing, guys, as you always hear me say, reps and sets, guys. Reps and sets. What does that mean? Repetition is the key to perfection. You have to do it over and over again in order to get better, guys, in order to get good at it. You need your repetition. You need to put them in, right? Now, I wrote some notes down here real quick. I want to say if I can just figure them out because I have sloppy handwriting. All right. If you don't practice, right, and this is what I wrote. There you go. If you don't practice being the person you want to become with emotion, right? If you don't practice the person you want to become with emotion, right, you will never move in that direction to help you create that person. So reps and sets is the key, guys. So reps and sets with emotion is the point I'm trying to make out of this number 4 key thing that I believe will help you to create the life that you want. Reps and sets with emotion. So you need to have a feeling behind what you're doing as you're skilling up, as you're getting your skills to become better and do better. And you have to back that action with emotion. If you don't back that action with emotion, then when you do achieve the goal that you want, you may not have the feeling that you thought you were going to have when you achieve it. So you should have pivoted a long time ago before you got that goal. You may have needed to reset and do something different, something else, guys. So think about that when it comes to the reps and sets. The last thing, guys, is the thoughts and habits and actions you have will not give you what you want. So here's my thing. The thoughts, habits, and actions you have will not give you what you want in the future, so you will have to decide to let them go. So you have thoughts and things that you think about each and every day when it comes to who you are right now. And so this is my point of the last one, number 5. And those thoughts created the life that you have in the present moment. But you are trying to skill up. You're trying to be better, do more, and become more. And that is not going to happen with the same thoughts that got you where you currently are. So you will have to change those thoughts. You will have to change those habits in order to become who you need to be in the future. So you need to reverse engineer. Basically, understand how that person is going to feel in the future and the habits that that person takes and the actions that they take in order to have what they want. And you have to model that action in order to create the life that you want, guys. So that is my 5 tips in order to help you create the life that you want, in order to help you to dig your well now before you're thirsty. So this is Sal Blue. I'm wrapping it up for today. Make sure you guys check me out on all the social platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, as well as check out and join my Facebook group, Top 25 Mistakes. Okay, and like it, as well as click and subscribe on the link and follow me on YouTube. And if you guys go down into the descriptions of my YouTube videos, you'll be able to click on the link and buy my book, Top 25 Mistakes, as well as the audio book, guys. As well as the audio book. The audio book is key. Driving in your car, listen to the audio book. Or if you want, just download the MP3 and you will have the audio book immediately. Immediately download to your phone or your computer. So check that out. And if you have Audible, you can get it on Audible as well. So this is Sal Blue. I'm wrapping it up for today. Episode 120. Keep it moving, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. You guys have a great night. Deuces.